Coach, the posts have been so effective through the first couple games, and tonight, kind of throughout the game, went missing a couple times. Why do you think that was?
I slow down. I couldn't understand what you were asking.
The posts, the first couple games were really effective.
Well, I think Kalani getting in foul trouble early took us out of a rotation and things that we wanted to do. But again, we've got to go back and look at the film and figure out why we got so few post touches. We're a team that has 5 post players that can play, and 4 seemed to be the magical number for them tonight. I think all of them had 4 shot attempts. Well, we got to ask ourselves why. Was it foul trouble? Was it you demanding the ball? Was it the guards not being able to deliver passes? Was it Connecticut's defense? So we'll go back and look at the film and get better.
Kim, considering what UConn's lost from last season, at this point in this game, did they surprise you at all?
Connecticut? Knew they could shoot it very well. Knew they ran a lot of stuff, movement and motion, and take you outside and could shoot it. And they did exactly what you expect them to do. And I thought in the first half, our turnovers and their ability to get offensive boards was critical. In the second half, I thought our turnovers, 10 turnovers, I thought our inability to get post touches, and then late on the 30-second shot clock when we were on defense, they hit big shots.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, bud.
That last 7 minutes when you tied it up at 54 after they were up by about 10, and momentum seemed to be going your way and things were probably going where you were hoping. What was the difference in that stretch
Toughness. Just flat out toughness. Taking balls away from posts when they throw it in there to them. A turnover here or there. Just cuts for them on offense. Just toughness. That's all it was. And they I don't want to use the word poised because I don't think anybody's very poised right now. But I just thought they just played tough and, just didn't get rattled. Not that we got rattled. We just didn't handle when they went to the 3-2. We didn't handle that very well, which was surprising because it wasn't like we hadn't worked on it for a while. But they did. They were just a little bit tougher, got some hustle plays. I thought Dangerfield was the best player probably on the floor. She just played, really well for a freshman.
Hi, Coach. 2 questions. First of all, when I watched Crystal Dangerfield, she reminded me a lot of Odyssey Sims when she played as a freshman here. Can you just talk a little bit about the overall game that she had? And also, I was wondering, Nina was not herself today, clearly. Is there an injury or a sickness?
Nothing that I know of. Yeah, nothing that I know of. Yeah, you look at the stat line. You got that many post players, and they play that many minutes, and they don't give you points. And then you look and see why didn't they get many shot attempts. It's disappointing because if we're going to talk about how good our post game is and how big we are, well, we got to get something out of them. And I don't mind our perimeter players shooting the ball if that is how they're defending our post. So I got to go back and look at the film and figure out why didn't we get more shots than that down there. So your question about Dangerfield, she's the freshman. She had the most shot attempts for them. Been a long time probably since that's happened here. I don't even know, that kid realizes she's valuable to them, very valuable to them, and she certainly kicked our rear end tonight.
Hey, Coach. You've gotten a lot of support about your comments about the lack of coverage of this game in particular.
Talk to that lady. I don't need to talk about it.
Okay. No, I was wondering what that means to you to get support on that, for other people to support you and what you said.
I hadn't received the first phone call. Are you supporting me?
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
What do you mean support?
Like other people have chimed in.
Have they?
Social media.
See, there's your problem. I don't do that. I don't do social media. I think my assistants do a Twitter for me. They do a Instagram. I don't do any of that.
I
just,
sorry.
to say that, look. We played 2 tough teams this week, and I wish they would have been on ESPN. Leave it at that.
For Alexis and for Christy as well. Kim talked about it. Y'all struggled to get the ball inside. Was that them denying? Was it the post not showing their numbers? What did y'all see happening there that you weren't able to get the post touches that you usually do?
I mean, when the second half we was getting it to them. When we were seeing their numbers, we was getting it to them. Sometimes I think they was asking for the lob a lot of times, so we were swinging it to the top. And after we were swinging to the top, I think that's what's throwing off our offense after that, from getting a post touch, period. But like Kim said, we just we gotta go back and look at the film and see what we was doing wrong.
Yeah, just kind of what Joan said. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot tonight and didn't play. You know, the post didn't get as many touches as they usually do. So I do agree. I think they were looking for the lob a lot, but we'll definitely go back and look at the film and see what happened.
And Alexis, when y'all tied it up, about 7.5 minutes to go in that fourth quarter, there were a lot of empty possessions in a row. How frustrating did that get when there were some turnovers, just some missed shots, ball wasn't falling?
Well, I can say that we're on the road, so a lot of times it's a tough game. I mean, you're on the road and you get a tie ball game and you get a stop and you come down and you get a foul and you come down and you just get multiple different things that's happening. It's just those are the road things that happens, and those are the things that we're going to learn how to. When those things happen to us, we're going to learn how to come back and pound it harder in different ways.
For Kim,
I thought we faced a lot of adversity tonight, and yeah, and calls and momentum, and I thought we hung in there. I thought we hung in there even through mistakes, but when it got to crunch time, we had wasted possessions, like you said, and you know, those things have to be fixed, and they will. And I go back to your All-American doesn't score, your big 6'7" kids in foul trouble, you have the other one foul out, your freshman is a freshman in there. So, I mean, you can come up with a lot of excuses. Games like this will make them better, will make us better. Guys, we out-rebounded them 10. We had 17 offensive boards. Well, what did we do with those 17 boards? What did we do? Did we score on them? What did we do? But turnovers killed you. Turnovers killed you late in that run when you tied it. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Kim, you kind of mentioned it, but I mean, this is only game 3 for you guys, and
This is the number 2 and 3 team in the country playing. So next week they should still be ranked in the top 5, okay? Nobody else is playing this kind of schedule. This is good for women's basketball. It was a good game till about the last 5 minutes. The technical, I don't even know what that was for. Y'all might can tell me. Pushing, she was trying to get her out of the way to go throw the ball in bounds. This was a good game, really. It was a good game for people to get interested early, and 2 good teams going at it.
Take one more question.
well, if I can follow up, because it actually wasn't exactly what I was asking, but it's okay. It's a good answer. You was on the way. This was one of many good games this week, as you mentioned before. Just, I mean, how good that is for the sport, having all these teams like you guys and UConn and South Carolina, Ohio State all playing each other to start the season, as opposed to waiting and playing a bunch of teams that maybe not in that quality early on.
Yes, it was. And your question?
Just talk about how good it is for the sport having each start talking.
Well, first of all, it's very rare that coaches agree to play each other this early. That's hard to do. It's hard to do because you've got to agree to go to somebody else's home floor when they're dropping a banner. You know, coaches don't really want to do that. but you feel like you got to do certain things for your team. And my take on it was play as tough a non-conference schedule and go on the road as much as you can, so that when you're back in that Elite Eight game that we've been in for the last 3 years, it's just one play, 2 plays that gets us over the hump. And I just feel like this team was ready to do that.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Coach, first of all, thank you for coming up to this tonight. The question is basically, you said it. Why would you have come up here if you weren't going to tell them?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't come up here to be on television. I came up here to play Connecticut. Is that, I mean, when you schedule, you don't know if you're going to be on TV or not. But, yeah, no, I didn't. We're on TV enough.
And really quickly, I'm sorry. I haven't been to Baylor for games, so I apologize. But is there any atmosphere that your players get exposed to that is anything close to what they had tonight?
You need to come to Baylor. Yes, sir.
And I understand that's a home game for your team, though.
This that you had tonight is very, Jerry, you can answer that objectively, very much like what we have. And it usually starts really when we get into conference and football season is over with.